Hello, this is Jacob Bolton, Associate Pastor of Christian Formation here at Westminster Presbyterian Church, coming to you on this third Monday of Advent. In the first 2 weeks of Advent, I have shared with you different Advent wreaths that I have either collected or made over my life. One came from a church that I'd served previously, and the other from last week came from the Boxwood program, thanks to Madeline Ramsey and Patty Chamberlain. And each family in the Sunday school program was able to make their own last week. Well, I am today going to share with you the Advent wreath that I made when I was a child growing up in Sunday school at First Presbyterian Church of Paw Paw, Michigan, Van Buren County. My dad was my Sunday school teacher, my dad and Mr. Deemer. And we did not have boxwood, but what we had white birch. And we had drills, and we had saws, and we had power tools. And so this, let's see how it goes. This chunk of white birch was what all of us made. We had a white birch log, we had a saw, we cut it off at about 4.5, 5 inch sections, and then use a drill and drill in 4 different holes, put in the candles. You got a beautiful white paper birch Advent wreath, very North Woods, if you will. Every time I think of paper birch, I think we should be making a canoe, right? I don't know how many of you have ever read Longfellow's Hiawatha. It's a great read. Can't encourage you to read it enough. But so that's the third Advent wreath out of our season. Today, of course, is the third Monday of Advent, when we celebrate joy. We light the pink candle this week as we remember, as we honor the theme of joy. One thing I'm joyful to share with you all is WPCadvent.com. Again, WPC Advent. That is the church Advent devotional. Please check it out. So many people have gone into making that, creating it, putting it online. It's a weekly Advent devotional for you to use. It's up there all Advent. Check it out. There's prayers, there's music, there's mission activities, there's art. It's pretty neat. Additionally, something else I'm pretty joyful to share this week is the amazing alternative giving bazaar, right? It's in an alternative fashion this year, virtual. Check that out on the webpage. But you can still learn about and give to incredible mission partners with the church, amazing opportunities, amazing projects, and all the money goes to amazingly good, healthy, just causes. So those are 2 things I'm very joyful to share. Additionally, we will follow along with the family devotional. Again, every week we'll be following along with the devotional that's been handed out to families here at the church. And so as we light our pink candle this week, the candle of joy, let's think about those times in our life when we have experienced joy. Remember, a baby is born. God enters the world incarnate, enfleshed. What a joyful thing to celebrate. And we anticipate that this Advent season. The devotional for this week encourages families to set up a manger scene. How many of you have one of those, right? There's a Mary, a Joseph, a creche, right? Baby, maybe some shepherds, some animals, potentially some magi, most likely an angel with a star. Set up that manger scene one time, individually, right? Think about each character as you set it up. What's their role in the story? Maybe create it this year in a different fashion. Put it somewhere else. Change it up. Maybe put Mary or Joseph outside the stable. Then maybe move them inside on Christmas Eve. Give the shepherds or the magi or even the angels super prominent spots. Try to even have a nativity set that you can play with, right? It allows you, it allows children, it allows anyone to learn, to interact more fully with the story. Think about with me how God has brought joy into the world when Christ was born. What is a time when you experienced joy? I'm very joyful sharing these different Advent wreaths with you all. They've come from different times in my life that I'm now able to share. And when you write me back, when you send pictures of your Advent wreath back to me, it's an opportunity for me in this new virtual realm to learn about your faith story, to learn about the different ways that God, the Advent season, have blessed you or have given you joy. I think about Whitney today. One of my most joyful memories with Whitney is that I had never been to a Jersey Mike's sub shop. And Whitney was like, wait a second, that's not acceptable. We're going to go to Jersey Mike's. And so about a year ago, Whitney and I got in the car and went to Jersey Mike's, and I was able to experience my very first Jersey Mike's sub. It was a spiritual experience. And then what's really fun is we passed by a donut shop on the way to Jersey Mike's. And so we swung back, picked up donuts, and then shared those with the rest of the staff after lunch. And what's interesting today, as we think about joy, and as I'm sure we all think about Whitney, is that going to lunch was not uncommon a year ago. And in remembering it, especially remembering it with Whitney, it's a memory that just fills me with joy. A memory that's celebratory and both common and yet has become so uncommon. So will you pray with me? Loving God, help me to spread your joy this Advent season. Help me to see the joy of your birth through new eyes of discovery. Amen. Much love, friends. Hold fast.